Hi, and welcome to this episode of Effective Websites. Have you ever stopped to think that much of what we do is done with the intent of making connections? That's what we're going to be talking about today. In this video, you'll learn how to add and manage contact information and forms with the hopes of connections. When adding contacts, we'll need to begin at the back end of the website, then go to Global Config, Contacts. There are two reasons for starting here. First, this allows you to set up in advance what information will and won't be able to be seen by those who visit your website. The second reason is that by setting it up here and now, it will automate how all of your contact information will appear in the future without having to do it individually, thus saving you a lot of time later on. The Global Configuration page will open to the Contact tab. If we scroll down, you'll be able to see the various information you have control over. We typically change the defaults on street address, city, suburb, state, county, postal code, and we change that to hide. In most instances, they already have a work location for your site and do not need personal residences posted there for security's sake. Mobile phone and image are optional. Next, go to the list layout and make sure the setting about address, state, country, and the like conform to your setting on the tab. Also, on the top of the column where you see Filter field, check that to hide, and just beneath that, Display Select should be set to hide as well. Everything else can remain the same. So let's save and close, then go to the top of the page and click on Components, Contacts, Categories. If you have a larger organization, you may want to enter multiple categories. Those might be things like church, school, and possibly lists of people serving in leadership capacities. In another institution, it might be executive staff, staff, development, support, or some other thing. You are the only one who can determine how it will look for your situation. The nice thing about it is that if you don't like it, you can always come back and change it again later to make it exactly how you want it to look. Today we'll make just two categories, Group 1 and Group 2, just to show you how it works. We'll click on New. In the title box, click in the name of your group, click Save and New. In the title box, type in the name of your second group. So you have Group 1, Group 2, then we'll save that and close that as well. At this point, we can trash Uncategorized. If you aren't going to have multiple categories, just leave the category section alone. Now that you have your groups, let's add a contact or two to show you how it works. We'll go to Contacts, click on New, and then start adding information. Name, Joe Blow, is a popular guy. If Joe is a registered user, you can connect his contact information to his user account. We usually leave this blank. Position, let's say that Joe is the executive leader. Email address would be first initial dot last name at your website dot whatever. We use this arrangement for the sake of ease when setting up future email addresses because it's easy to remember. We're going to leave address, city, county, and zip blank for now. For the telephone number, area code 123-456-7890. Mobile, that's your call whether or not to fill that in. The fax, pretty handy to have. Fill it in if you do have a fax. The website, most of the time we leave this blank. The category top right, if you have multiple categories, you'll need to make certain you choose the correct one. We'll just leave this as Group 1. Miscellaneous Information tab. Here in the Miscellaneous Information tab, if you'd like, you can put a short bio. Try and keep this to 150 words or less, never more than 200 words. We'll just put in some lorem ipsum text to show you how it'll appear later on. We'll copy and paste it in. There we go. Now let's save and close. We'll remove name so that that doesn't show up on the contacts. And at this point, as you remember, we had made a menu item for contacts. So let's see how our new information looks. We'll go to the front end, click on Refresh, and then click on Contact Location. Notice that since Group 2 has no contacts, it remains hidden and only one group appears, and that's Group 1. If we click on Group 1, we see Joe Blow's name. We click on that, we get Joe's contact information, a contact form, and his personal bio at the bottom of the page. We should mention why we don't put anyone's actual email address online. There are actually programs that scan the web looking for that little @ symbol. When they find one, it adds it to their databank, and they'll start sending email to it. Don't ever put your email address or anyone else's email address out there on the web, because it is the surest invitation that there is to some very unsavory email. Okay, so that's it for this episode. You've learned how to add contacts and make contact groups. We hope that you found it helpful. Thanks for watching.